Good morning. um, let's see. This lighting is not doing the right thing this morning. Let's see if I can do this. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Is today Thursday? Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Kevin. Lotus Growth. Net. Good morning, and Tribe. Good morning, Beneath the Crown. Good morning to you. Good morning, Zach. How are you? I hope you all are doing well this morning. Super excited to be with you on this Thursday morning after what has been, this is just, it's not agreeing. I hope you all are doing well. This natural hair situation, child, if I don't get my hair done today, I feel like I look like a 7-year-old. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a 7-year-old vibe thing that's going, and I'm not really into it. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm cool with looking 27, but not really here for looking 7. At any rate, I hope you all are doing well. Hope you all, the week has been a wonderful one for you thus far. Thank you, Chinatown Taylor. It looks, oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, good morning, Stephanie. Oh, Karen. And I promise you people, I am not fishing for compliments. I'm just all in my feelings because when you look at yourself and you're like, who is that? At any rate, I hope you all have had a wonderful week thus far. I must tell you, I have been blessed and busy, and coming back from vacation, I probably will have to take another one. I don't know if my team members will allow me to, so we'll see how that goes. At any rate, I picked up my little sister yesterday, and I am super excited to have her here. You're here to listen, not look, although my job is seeing. Wow, your job is seeing? Well, tell your coworkers I said hello and good morning to them. How are the love letter writings going? Like, how is that going for you? How many of you are being intentional about writing letters and honoring yourself and loving yourself? By a show of hearts, I love that. I love seeing on these hearts. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Ashanti, Legion of Noir. How are the love letters going? Are you being intentional about that? And what are you learning? What is it revealing to you about, God morning, Cousin Al. What is it revealing to you about how you love yourself and how you stand in love and truth for yourself and others? I know for me, I've realized that I express love to myself by taking time, by, being on my own and in my individual space. I also do it by, I want to say blocking. That's not what I mean, but by really creating my own sanctuary. And I know for other people, an expression of self-love might come in the form of treating themselves to something. But what are you learning about yourself during this process of writing love letters to yourself? I'm sorry, you have to update the app on your phone. No iPad. So a person who's joining this morning is one of my best friends, Nadiyah Bradshaw, if she can figure out how to get in, because she just said that she's unable to join in that way. The letter writing is going great. You've done 6 so far. Wonderful. How many letters have you all done? And are you placing these letters inside a compartmentalizing? Exactly, Zach. I mean, I'm just like, because the other thing that I'm learning about myself during this process of writing love letters to myself is really recognizing that I want people to show up in love for themselves and toward me, because expressions of love are not isolated, even though there are these boundaries that I'm creating. It's not isolated. So Jazz says she's on day 6. Wonderful. I'm also on day 6. I think I might keep this going for a while. Good morning, Firm. Yeah, so Nadiyah is trying to get on IG to join. If not, let's make sure that we have a backup of someone who can join this morning as we read until today. Day 6, wonderful. Um, your IG app on live. So, can't be connected. Um, all right, so let's see. Anything else coming up for anyone else? Anything else coming up for people? No transparency, full transparency. You're on day 0. Aurelia, that's fine. Listen, you you will catch up. Dama, it's so good to see you. It is so good to see you. You haven't started the plan, but go back and watch so you can catch up. Okay, it's very simple. So here's what we're doing. We're writing love letters to ourselves. Every single day for the next 40 days. What's up, Sean? What's up? One black man, good to see you. You have 4 letters so far. That's okay. Listen, if you have not started, there's still your opportunity to start. What you want to do is just check on the Morning Mindset with Ty page. There are explicit instructions on how to do it. And what you're doing is just honestly writing a love letter to yourself every single day for 40 days. If you choose to continue, please do. Good morning, Mia. It's just a wonderful exercise of us recognizing our own greatness. Also, just celebrating the things that we love about ourselves. It's also coming through for me, quite frankly. It's also coming through, quite frankly, for me, the things that I'm intentional about doing to honor myself and to show and express love to myself. So let me see if Nadiyah is in, so we can read Until Today by Iyanla Vanzant. Let's see. And if you have any questions, I'm going to try. There you are. You got in. So blessed.
Hi.
Don't come on here like, hi, like everything's fine and gravy.
No
You're
technical
texting.
difficulties. No technical
There,
difficulties over here at all. What are we talking about?
there's no,
Listen,
ma'am.
I had the book until today, right? I was ready and I was good to go, but I am excited. Good morning, Ty.
Good morning, Dia. Love you, baby. But girl, when the live starts, you can't be texting me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I don't do this. This is not my lane. This is not my lane. So,
It is your lane because we speak every day. You FaceTime me 500 times a day.
I
This is your
mean,
lane.
not with others on. So, good morning, everybody.
Look, good morning, everyone. Everyone meet one of my besties, Nadiyah Bradshaw, Jersey's finest. Because she's always representing Jersey. She is also my baby Caleb's, my godson Caleb's mother. So she's one of my baby mothers. She's my proud Spelman sister. We work together. She also works with BGJ as our head of production. She is one of these amazing production gurus who's also an entrepreneur. So for all those, oh, thank you, girl. So I
Obsessed.
have,
Obsessed.
but you want to know what's so crazy? So I have tons of jellies, but I don't have any tins. So
I
it's
keep
just
it I keep it 10 in a bag and I pop a jelly in once or twice a day and keep it moving.
awesome. You look beautiful. Your hair looks gorgeous.
Thank you, Ty. Trying to be like
Yeah.
you.
No, well, you ain't trying to be like me.
I'm-
Actually, I don't think that that's the move today. How's your spirit, Dia?
it's good. It's good. I'm excited about all that's happening in life and coming through this pandemic stronger and wiser and figuring myself out. I think this is a pause for a lot of us to understand our journeys and our and what life wants us to direction life wants us to go into. So I had to embrace the pause, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I know it so well. The whole thing for me was like finding peace on the couch, making
Mm-hmm.
finding peace on the couch. I'm so proud of you though, and I just want to say publicly, Nadiyah is truly probably one of the most giving hearts. Quite frankly, probably one of the most two giving hearts. And I wouldn't say that to very many people, because she gives from a space of love and joy and intention and commitment, even when, and finds a way to do it, even when I'm just like, girl, save it for you. And I think about how many times I'm said, save it for you. It's not save it for you. But I love that about your heart and your spirit. We have known each other for 26 years now, I think,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
was going into my freshman year.
And
It
I
was
was a
before
freshman. Hmm.
and you were a freshman. Um, and there's a very funny story, which I'll let you tell really quickly before we read until today. So go ahead.
About our introduction at the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a wonderful Sharon McGahee who's out there in the world who was adamant on Ty and I meeting, and we finally met, and it was like, hey, what's up? What's up with you? What's up with you? It was like two overly cool Jersey girls, and trying to be cool together, and it was just like one of them head nods, kind of vibes. And we were cool throughout school, but I think Ty became the love of my life post school when I ran into you when I moved back from San Francisco in the city. We reconnected, but like we were too cool for school. Like that saying is
Literally.
literally back in the
But what's
day. But
what's so funny is that Miss McGahee, so what they have, before you enter Spelman, they have something called the Spelman Tea. And so they bring together incoming freshmen, and then they have alum or current students and alum from that same area.
mm-hmm.
So it's the New Jersey Spelman Tea, luncheon. And Miss McGahee, who was also happened to grow up with my father and my uncle, just kept saying, Ty, you have to meet Nadiyah. You guys remind me so much of each other. You're gonna love each other. We got to the tea, we were like,
She's cool.
you're
Okay,
good, sis.
you
Good.
good, sis?
You
Okay,
good.
nice to meet you.
Good. Good to
Yeah.
see you. And then we were cool in college. But as Nadiyah said, our paths brought us both back to New York, and we literally ran into each other on the street, and have never been apart
Since
since
then,
then. So,
yeah,
so
since
it's
then.
it's kind of crazy, and through everything, through illness, through uh, mental realness, through mental
Mm-hmm.
breakdowns,
Relationship,
through breakups,
breakups,
to marriages, to all the
marriages, all
things,
the
and
things.
to babies and
Babies,
the love of my
dogs,
life. Yeah.
dogs. Yep.
Oh my God, doggies. Jesus.
Mm.
Abdul and Othello.
Yeah, our guys.
Our guys who actually they were cool with each other too.
Yeah.
They hung a little bit. They were cool. So Dia, I'm really grateful for you to be here. I'm excited
Thank you.
about you joining and you just really being able to because we exchange like this often. I think what's so cool about the dynamics of my closest sister girls is that there are layers to the relationship. So there are layers in how we get down and turn up and
Mm-hmm.
go crazy, and then there's this wonderful spiritual element and also an exchange of wisdom and love and light that we pour on one another, which for me actually, Dia, now that I think about it, is what I love about this tribe and this community, because it's really an extension of that. Even if
Mm.
I don't necessarily have the same types of relationships. What's up, brown girl Jane? We see you. um, Even if we don't have the same type of exchanges, this is the type of community and tribe that's forming here
Mm-hmm.
between even
Mm-hmm.
tribe members. Like, they text each other, they call each other, they pray for each other. It's
A
like
family.
whoa.
It's a
Yeah.
family that's connecting. Mm-hmm.
It's like whoa. Love your earrings, by the way.
Thank you. Happy birthday to me, right?
Happy birthday to you. Other quick thing, like I asked how you're doing and how your spirit is. And I know that you're excited about a lot of things. And that's wonderful. Nadiyah is launching a very amazing children's diaper line called Tinky Poo. So I don't know if she has shared this publicly anywhere, but I'm blowing her up because it is a culturally relevant brand that is focused on making sure that our babies, Black and brown babies, are
Our
comforted,
scene, yeah.
are seen and comforted, and stay dry as well. So everyone stay tuned for Tinky Poo. Nadiyah has been working crazily on developing this brand, while also investing and still keeping her consulting business where she works with brands like Brown Girl Jane to help them develop their product. So let me ask you this before we go into
Mm-hmm.
rating. You're stepping into a new space for you. Um,
I
and
know, I know. It's it's
and I'm not talking
exciting.
about just as an entrepreneur. I'm talking about really stepping out of the shadows, Dia, and stepping into the forefront of ownership around your gifts, your talents. As someone who has been behind the scenes working with brands like Suno and Gap and you know, Mara Hoffman and Phelan and Eden and
I
Live
know.
Mechanics and Aeropostale and
Oh,
whomever.
wow, you remember Emelian Dor, all the cool brands. It's been in my opinion, I love the production side and manufacturing side of things. So whether it's apparel, fragrance, CBD products, it was always, I thought, my mission solely to help designers, creatives, those entrepreneurs who have an idea in their heart bring it to fruition, because I know supply chain and logistics really well from my stomping ground, starting out with a Gap training program in San Francisco. And remember, I said this pause during the pandemic. I woke up August 20th, 2020, out of a dream, and it just wouldn't shake me. And it was this image of beautiful brown babies on diapers in a really thoughtful way. And it was like a hug to black and brown children from afar, to say in the world we live in that you're going to be okay, and we see you, and we love you. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm onto something. I just couldn't shake it. So there's a graphic designer that I work very closely with. I just started texting him in the middle of the night. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Let me just get this out." Um, and it just started flowing, and we started designing. And God is so good that an investor came in early on to help bring it to fruition. Because the reason why there are not a lot of us in the diaper game is because it's not easy. MOQs, costing, things of that nature. So I'm really excited. I'm building it with a team of us, from the casting of finding who my babies are, equivalent to my Gerber babies, my Tinky Poo babies. Who's building my website is us. To photographer for everything. So I'm trying to keep the all the creatives that help bringing this to life, people who look like me. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. And I think for the first time in my life, I'm producing something that has nothing to do with apparel or fragrance. People think the girl who's been in manufacturing for these things for 20 years, it would make sense for me to do a clothing line. It would make sense for me. I had a dream spoke to me. I think about Honey Pot, where she said her ancestors came to her in a dream. This just came to me in a dream. And I just hope that when it hits the market, which we're set to hit August, that people feel the love and energy poured into it.
I am so excited. And I'm not just excited about Tiki Poo, because the question that I was asking, because and I'm happy that you shared like really how it came to you in a dream and how you decided to really kind of step into the dream, regardless of what your past had been, your dream for yourself, because, you know, you're one of those people who dream for other people constantly. And I think oftentimes, and I'm speaking to the tribe, like we, in our desires to dream and create for other people, we put ourselves on the back burner. But then when something comes to you, you know, I think your experience and your decision to run hard with it and for it for yourself, because it was your dream. Know that we can't actualize other people's dreams constantly and then defer our own. And so you being clear, I'm so proud of you. I know you're about to cry. You trying, I see your face, like,
I'm
but
not
like
gonna cry.
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna cry.
gonna cry. I'm
You
not
know,
gonna cry.
Ty, it was I would have to say, watching so many other sisters do their thing too, working with you and Nia and Malika, the Brown Girl Jane team, and seeing how you guys have forged forward in such a beautiful way. There's a sister on here, Dana Moore, who, I love Dana, who, planned my wedding, my baby shower, everything ever. And Dana has kind of stepped out into her own too, and doing more event planning and creating her baskets. So there's a level of like her, so many of us who give to others, who have these ideas that are in our heart, but don't know how to do it for ourselves because it will take away from what we're doing for everyone else, either a client, a friend, a loved one, things of that nature. And I intentionally had to take away some off my plate because, you know, Bradshaw Consulting Group is my bread and butter. But there were some clients that I didn't renegotiate contracts with because I knew if I did this, the dream I have for myself will go in the back burner. So I had to also be intentional about if I can't give it all and then be burnt out and can't bring this to life in a thoughtful way. So I think all of us in us, not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur or wants to be, but there's something in us that even if it's just a hobby, there's something in us that we need to tap into that keeps us going, that keeps us excited, you know? I'm
Yeah, I
happy
mean,
with being a cheerleader, but sometimes I want to cheer for myself. And I didn't realize that until this year.
I'm so proud of you, and that's exactly what I wanted you to share, really, because I think a lot of people in this tribe can appreciate that. And also just want to say, like, how you can't continue to have dreams and have things sit on your heart and leave it there.
Hmm.
When things come to you, when God, Allah, comes to you and speaks to you, when something is on your heart and on your spirit, and you sit on that for so long rather than actualizing it, what you're saying to God and to the universe is that, look, I got this, rather than being reactive and responsive to what is placed in you. And so, to your point, Dia, it's not whether or not people want to be entrepreneurs or do it for themselves. And there might be something else on your heart and spirit. It might be something saying to you, like, I want to take this class, or I want to, I think I shared with you, I was like, for a while I was thinking about like studying theology, like,
Hmm.
whatever is on your spirit, like, we have to act on it, and we have to know that that's God speaking to us. So thank you for sharing that, Dia. I'm
Thank
super
you.
excited for you. I'm praying with and for you always, loving on you, um, grateful for you,
Thank you.
um, very much. And it's a tough call, but I think yeah, I'm just really grateful for you.
Same here. Thank you, my love.
And I love you as much as I love my baby. I don't think I ever told you that. What's today's date? Where is he? Oh,
He's
it's
in
school
school.
time.
He's in
Yeah, it's
school.
not. It's
Yeah,
9 o'clock there. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
he's in school.
Okay, what's today's? Remember the story about the talents in the Bible. Go forth. Amen to that, and take it forth. Today's June 3rd. Yeah.
June 3rd.
All right. You want to start, or you want me to start?
You start.
Okay. June 3rd. Everyone, just to reset the space, we are reading from my very wet Until Today by Iyanla Vanzant. June 3rd. I am now willing to forgive myself for believing my worth is established by what others have told me or believe about me. Wow.
Hmm.
Review your responses to the 4 questions offered in yesterday's Just for Today message. Those questions were: what do I believe about myself? How do I demonstrate this belief? What do I remember being told about myself? How does this behavior support what I have been told? Allow yourself to remember the things you were told that were wrong with you. Remember the names of you were called that limited your concept of you. Allow yourself to remember how you were scolded and what response you got when you asked for what you wanted. Examine how your behavior today supports or contradicts those responses. If you have difficulty with the above steps, examine how you conduct yourself in realizing your goals and your dreams. Come on now. Are you dreaming, always hoping, forever trying, or are
Hmm.
you actually doing what needs to be done? Can we talk about divine alignment?
I
I'm
know.
just, I just, because I don't read this before I
This is
come in, and
very
so
apropos. This is very
it just
apropos.
drives me
Yeah.
nuts. Or are you actually doing what needs to be done? What do the tapes running in your mind say to support your responses to difficulties or opportunities? Once you have a clear memory of the information you were given as a child that supports your self-sabotaging behavior, you can begin the forgiveness process.
Wow.
Go ahead. That's you. Next.
Forgive yourself for believing things about yourself that are not true. Forgive yourself for believing that you were anything other than a child of God. Then,
Mm.
after forgiving yourself for believing the things you were told, forgive the people who told you. Forgive them not for what they said or did, forgive them because they did not know any better. Forgiveness is the only way to eradicate the inaccurate information given to you as a child that you remain loyal to, long after you know that it's causing you harm. Until today, You may have experienced difficulty in moving beyond the information you received as a child. Just for today, forgive yourself for believing inaccurate information and remaining loyal to the patterns that have supported the information. Today, I am devoted to forgiving myself for believing things about myself that were not true.
Come on now. I mean, wow. First of all, the divine alignment when this happens about dreaming and forever trying and always hoping but not actually doing. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
divine alignment is just there. But to take it back to the conversation that we had yesterday, it was
Mm-hmm.
really talking about, and you'll appreciate this as a parent, talking about the values and the things we say to children and how that is carried with them for so long, how
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
experiences through childhood that we're still healing from
Mm-hmm.
and trying to rectify and trying to resolve constantly. And, really getting to a place of where we forgive ourselves, not just forgive ourselves, but then redefine our worth
Mm-hmm.
for what we were told, because there might be some limiting beliefs that we were given that were planted into our hearts and our spirits. And once we forgive ourselves and the people that did whatever, or help to kind of create those limiting beliefs, now we have to reimagine and dream for ourselves and create hope for ourselves and decide for ourselves and show up for ourselves. But tell me what comes out for you.
For me, it's about not believing what others say. You know what this is speaking to, and I can say, being reaffirming your greatness. I can say honestly that Rosalind, as you know, my mom and my dad, very well. I was privileged to have parents who always believed in Nadiyah, who always loved Nadiyah, who loved their people. They were community activists. They were, part of the nation. They were very strong-willed and strong-minded. And I knew from the day I was born, that I was a queen and Black is beautiful. It was along the way that we have experiences with, other family members or things, a traumatic experience that happened as a child that I had to get past on my own to think that I was worthy, that this individual did this to me. It wasn't my fault, it was them, you know? So for me, it was more so knowing who I was and believing, and then someone coming in to try to damper and dim the light or actually snuff out the light that my parents had created.
Mm,
And then believing them more so than what I was taught.
mm,
So, oh God, I didn't think I was going to get upset. But just understanding that no matter what we go through as children or young adults, um, just having something to hold on to, and in being honest, I thank God, Allah, for Tim and Ross for getting me out of a dark space that someone tried to put me in. I think going to Spelman was huge for me because I found sisters that I never had, and it was a temple, if you will, of this Black excellence that kind of poured down on you. So you felt stronger being around your sisters. So, and then meeting beautiful sisters along the way in Atlanta, from Nikki Williams. I see Yetta Banks is on here. It was one of Nikki's good friends, and just tapping and reaching into knowing that I am worthy, and there are going to be people in our lives, present, past, who tried to hurt us, who will try to hurt us, but like staying self-centered and knowing that I'm a good
mm,
person, I'm a great person, and I'm gonna be okay. And I try
mm,
to instill that in Langston Caleb. Whenever he messes up, he tries to be like, "Oh, I'm not smart enough for this. I didn't get this." And like, don't ever use those words. You're better than that. I'm not gonna allow you to. So, breaking cycles of thinking that we have to be perfect, that we can't make mistakes, nothing's wrong. Forgiving ourselves for our mistakes and learning from them. That
I
first
don't. Yeah.
line, I'm now willing to forgive myself. Yes, I forgive myself for thinking that I wasn't worthy because someone said I wasn't. I forgive myself for believing this asshole. So, and just constantly, we all have things in our past. We can look back and forgive ourselves for believing things that we thought were okay. It's all right. It's learning
Yeah.
lessons. It's learning lessons.
I mean, you touched on so many things, dear. Like, I think, and I want to stay here, and if I may, just for a moment, because I always try and feel and read the room. And we talk about trauma, we talk about feelings of unworthiness often, and how many of those feelings were seeds planted that were watered a lot more and fertilized a lot more than the seeds of love and prosperity and abundance. And as you said, by the grace of Allah and God, like, you know, you had Tim and Roz who fertilized the love, even though there were other things that came into the midst, and, you know, that could have been fertilized in a way that really took you to another place. So I think that just, I'm a person of analogies. That brings up an analogy for me, like how you can have different types of trees in a forest, and how you can have different types of plants sitting next to one another. And one might be a weed, and the other one might be this amazing, you know, beautiful oak, right? And it's how you fertilize them. And so it's not about, you know, the fact that there won't be weeds, because they're going to be weeds, but are you nurturing and fertilizing the rose bushes? Are you nurturing and fertilizing the maples and the oaks that are going to be there, and then going back and then pruning and pulling back? So because that pruning is how we forgive ourselves. So when you're pruning the weeds, right, and you're plucking the weeds, you're like, all right, I'm forgiving myself for that seed that was planted that wasn't even my seed and not meant for me, but being intentionally about fertilizing and watering the other things. So I think this process of forgiveness, yesterday, someone asked, like, what is the process of forgiveness? The process of forgiveness is, and now that I think about this analogy, it's pruning the weed. It's saying to yourself, I'm not responsible for this, but what I am responsible for is how I react and respond to this, how I reshape this, whether or not I continue to fertilize this and let this grow. And then being intentional about how you fertilize and water and bring forth those other things that are going to be healing, those other things that are going to be supportive, those dreams that you need to actualize, the things that sit on your spirit that are saying, like, look, I'm going to go over here. So that was really powerful to me, because the analogy of how Tim and Roz fertilized one thing when someone else tried to come plant a seed that wasn't meant to be in your garden, period.
There
Period.
you go. Period. Exactly. And it was the love that I experienced through them that got me through, that helped create the rose bush. You know, there'll be thorns, right? But I still feel that I'm stronger as a result of it all. You know, I wouldn't be able to do and step out on faith and even start Bradshaw Consulting Group after being disenchanted with corporate America. And we all have our stories of being Black women in corporate America and experiencing things. The growth, the ceiling is a little lower for us, or they try to make it, and just realizing that I'm better than this and I can run circles around you guys. And you know what? Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. You know?
Absolutely. So, absolutely. I'm really proud of you. And then there was something else that you said that I just want to call out, because it spoke to me. You said, I learned to be self-centered. We use the term self-centered to mean conceit, self-absorption. That's how we think about it. But when you said it, something really struck a chord in me, going back to this idea of how we plant and how we root ourselves, where it was self-centered. It was rooted.
Exactly.
Rooted and grounded in self. And so, like, just that reshaping of that narrative.
Reshaping and knowing that, like I said, giving to others, but not giving to me. That's what I was talking about self-centered. I can't be a continuous well giving water and then I deplete myself. So it was like, okay, if I'm self-centered,
oh my God,
I can decide.
Wait. Because I need you to remind me that you know what you know. Come on. What happened?
Yeah, it's just knowing that you're like, Dia, really? So,
for real?
Just kind of knowing that and you know my story. So realizing very, very recently, this is all recent revelations. I would say the last year and a half, 2 years tops.
You see me like leaning into the camera now. I'm like, word.
It was like, you know what, Nadiyah, how can you be the best, you know, production manager for others, the best wife or mother, whatever the case may be, daughter, sister, where I have nothing to give. I had nothing to give. That's why for my birthday this year, when we did Joshua Tree, it was a point to do it away from, not because I didn't love my family, don't get it wrong, but I'm always, what do they want to do for my birthday as opposed to what do I want to do for my birthday? And if I don't want to have the kid and the man around, that's okay. I came back hyped, excited, ready to go. Let's get it popping. What do you want to play today? You want to be on your trampoline? You want to play some soccer? But I had to do that to get back to me. I had to be self-centered in order to still be able to be the best wife, mother, daughter, sister, auntie I could possibly be. And that's all I'm trying to say.
I love it. And I love how, I mean, that was a moment for me because it took a lot to get you there.
I know. You like, Dia, stop. I know, but I can't, Dia. It took a while. You don't know until you're burnt out. You really don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also to that point, though, I think some of the lessons that we're taught as children, especially as women, is how we need or are expected to show up for other people before ourselves. And we talk about this often here in Morning Mindset. But the reality is that we have to really shift that narrative. And I think that, you know, us having these conversations consistently, and also then, you know, taking these lessons and standing in them every single day, because that's the information. I'm looking at the one of the last graphs. That's the information that we received as a child that we're ready to move beyond. So that's the other thing. There's always going to be a point in your life where something that served you last week, last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 20, it may not serve you. It might still be of service, and it can be in service to you, but it might not serve you. And
Exactly.
so we have to be willing to assess, redirect, realign, reimagine, and then get newly self-centered, you know, in that time and in that space.
Exactly.
I love you. You have anything else
Anymore.
you want? Is there anything else you want to add? Was there something else that jumped out for you?
No, I think we covered it. You know, this medium is not really my bag. So this is I'm excited to have talked with you and show you some growth. I don't think you always see me this way too. So just know that I'm listening, I'm realigning, I'm understanding, I'm taking my self-care wellness to another level. Ladies, this glow on my skin right now, 44, you don't see any wrinkles right now. We're doing it. We're doing it. Brown Girl Jane. So I just want to thank you for this community and tribe. I thank you for bringing me into the Brown Girl Jane family and just embracing me and my son. And I love how this tribe is growing. I see Nika on here. Just excited. Just about the possibilities. And I feel like there is a lot of us, Black women, who are now stepping into our own lane in a very beautiful way. And I just wanted to come on and say that I'm feeling the love.
I don't want to get emotional, but I'm incredibly proud of you.
Don't make me cry. You know, thugs don't cry, Ty. Yeah.
There are a few people in this world, and probably count on one hand, one that I know everything about and that knows everything about me and the journey that we have been on, and how sisterhood has held us, and how you have held me when you didn't know or have, how I have held you when I didn't know or have, how we have held and sustained each other through the most challenging times and then through the most beautiful times. And I'm truly grateful, but I am even more excited. You said something about stepping into the possibilities, Dia. You're really stepping into your promise. These are not possibilities. These are not possibilities. These are God's promises for you. And I just, you know.
Thank you.
I don't want to be that friend that says, I told you so, but I've been telling you this. I've been saying this all.
I know. But you know what, Ty? We have to believe it for ourselves. You know, you can have people tell you everything, you know, but if you don't have it, you have to have a clear heart and a clear mind of your own. And you have to get there. And I had to get there.
I'm just so happy you're there. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for you. I am so excited for you. I can't wait till you buy me that fat ass house.
Well, my son wants me to get you a diamond necklace first. Ladies and gentlemen, listen really quick. I'm gonna close out in this story to go show you how Ty is truly a great godmother. My son, for her birthday this year, I was like, what should we get Ty? And I'm thinking, maybe we send some flowers, maybe we, something special, a book. He's like, what about a diamond necklace? I was like, cubic zirconia, maybe. He's like, what about a diamond necklace? He wrote mommy a poem for her birthday. But he wanted to give Ty a diamond necklace. So I'm gonna end on that note because you deserve all the flowers, all the diamonds. And I love you, Ty. And,
I love my KK. He's like, Ani, you're my favorite. I'm like, baby, I love you so much. And I will listen, when KK is ready to buy me a diamond necklace, I'm not going to be that godmother that's like, baby, keep your money. I'm like, thank you. Baby, save your money.
I'm like, you buy it too. Mommy better have one in that box. So
I'm like, I'm not gonna be the godmommy that's gonna be like, baby, save your money. I'm like, oh baby, you shouldn't have. Thank you.
Oh God. Well, Ty, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. Thank you, Morning Mindset. Mama has to get on the road. I'm meeting my fabric supplier. So thank you.
Love you.
Hey,
have a beautiful day.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, babe.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Thanks for joining. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Let's see if she knows how to get out of here.
Boom.
Oh, dear. You see what the hilarity is. I'm sending you guys so much love. Also, my little sister Jada is here. So we're going to go for a hike so I can come back and get into this work day in appearances. All the hilarity. Thank you all so much for joining. Forgive yourself. Be intentional about forgiving yourself. Forgive those things that have happened to you in life that didn't serve you. Allow them to still be in service to you. There were probably weeds and people and situations that told you you weren't this, you weren't that. They tried to plant seeds that were not for you, that the weeds were growing. You plant that forest over here. You prune those weeds. You stay centered in self. And know that those dreams matter. Your dreams matter. And it's not just about the possibilities. It is about God's promise to you. Sending you guys so much love. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning at 6:15 a.m. PST, 9:15 a.m. EST. We did it in 45 minutes. This was great. All right. And share this and write your love letters and share the love letters and encourage other people to write love letters. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a beautiful day. Love and blessings to all of you. Thanks, Ashanti. Bye, loves. Have a beautiful day.